Hello everybody, welcome to my naked face. So today I wanted to take you through my foundation routine on how I cover my beautiful acne spots. If you guys watched my LA vlog, you will have seen in my dismay how badly I broke out all over my face. This is kind of the remnant. I've had a few more pop up here randomly. I don't know what the heck is going on with my skin. I think I'm just very stressed out. There's a lot of transitions in my life happening right now and I'm just feeling stressed, so I think this is my skin's reaction to that. But a lot of you asked how I covered up all my zits at Gen Beauty and then also how I cover up acne in general. So I figured today I would just show you guys how I do that. It's not too different from my foundation routine, so if you find it a little bit repetitive, I do apologize for that. There are tiny little tweaks I make when covering up the exceptionally red spots like all these bad boys. They're just, ugh. It's just a delight, isn't it? So the first thing I do is take a full coverage foundation. This one is my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I have the shade Light 2. I take a couple pumps of that onto the back of my hand, and then what I do is use my finger to spread it out onto my face. And I go pretty heavy-handed with this, especially when I do have acne so spread out all over the place. Then I take my beauty blender and I just blend out the foundation. This won't cover up the spots, but it'll just make that really nice even tone. It'll help hide the redness all over my face. If you don't have redness, then lucky you. I wish I had your skin. But when I use a full coverage foundation, I just love the effect of the beauty blender because it doesn't make it look full coverage. You still get the full coverage, but it makes it look like skin. Super nice. So I'll always have excess left on my hand, so I just take my beauty blender and dip it in to that, and I'll just go back over the spots that are exceptionally red, which is usually my chin. I don't know why, my chin is just permanently red. So once that's all blended in, I'm going to go in and color correct. This is my Lise Wattier, what's this called? The Portfolio Corrector. I'm going to start by mixing these two shades right here. This is the more pink one and this is the more skin toned one. I'm going to put that underneath the eyes because I got quite a lot of bags right now. Then I'm going to go and dip into the more yellow toned shades. I'm probably going to do a little mixture of all three. This is like the very yellow one and these are the more skin colored ones, so I'll probably just mix it all together to make a nice yellow toned concealer. And then I'm just going to pat that onto the spots where the red is still really showing through. So once you've turned yourself into a yellow Dalmatian, I go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer just as a skin-toned all-over concealer, and I'll kind of just put that onto the areas that I still want to highlight, and it'll just help to tone down the yellow a little bit. And then we go back in with the Beauty Blender and blend that out, making sure to do patting motions. Don't rub, because if you rub, you'll just rub away all of the concealer that you just placed. So as you can see, there are still some little spots that are poking through all of these 5,000 layers of makeup. So I'm going to show you guys what I do just to totally cover the redness. First thing I'm going to do is take my powder. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Light. And I'm going to use that with a MAC 127 brush. And I'm just going to... Sorry, the phone is ringing outside. But I'm just going to powder my whole face with that, setting all the concealer that we placed onto the face. Then what I do is I go back in with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and I'm just going to place it directly onto the spots that are still showing up red, and also any kind of scabby holes like this one because I can't stop picking my zits. So then I take my finger and I just really lightly pat over top of where I place that concealer just to help kind of blend it out a little bit, really trying not to take off the concealer on top of the redness. And you can see that it just kind of nicely covers that up. And you might need to do that just a couple more times. That one's just very pesky and red and driving me absolutely mental. Really lightly patting it using my finger because, as Michelle Phan said eons ago, the ring finger is the one with the least amount of pressure, so it's the best one to use for applying makeup. So then we go back in with the setting powder, and I'm going to take this Sigma Soft Blend F64 brush. I have a coupon code for Sigma brushes if you guys want to use that. It's in the description box down below. So exciting. So then I just take the powder and directly pat it onto the areas that we blended out that concealer. It's a lot of powder. It feels like a lot of powder, and up close it looks like a lot of powder, but you know what? I'd rather have a powdery look to my skin than having those massive red monsters. And that's basically all I do for covering up zits. I just throw on a couple more layers of concealer. I make sure to really focus the powder. Sometimes if you use an eyeshadow brush like a MAC 217 with the powder and you just directly put it onto the zit, that helps too. I just don't have a clean one around me because I'm not in my regular homestead. That's all there is to it, folks. Alright, so I just put the rest of my makeup on the face, and this is how it looks. You know, in real life, in person, you can still see a bump of a zit. But for me, as long as I have the redness covered, then I am good. I'm good for the day. And then in photos, the redness won't show up. If you're going to an event or going out for a night to the club, then you're set. Your zits will not be seen. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, let me know any video recommendations that you have in the comments down below, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye! You can't even see my hand there. It was like, bye!